Good morning. It's Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And, of course, many of you are listening to it on the radio, as you have for the past 36 years. KSLO, 1230 a.m. on your dial, and 105.3, sister company of KSLO. And they now use the KSLO call letters also. So we're getting out. Our program is reaching another area north of St. Landry Parish, into Rapides Parish, into Point Coupee Parish. So for our viewing audience, it helps, and for our advertisers, it also helps.
Yep.
So we're getting out there, and then of course the cable companies throughout Acadiana now carrying our program, as well as the internet. Anything to add to that, Chief?
I'm with you.
My
all of it.
sidekick, Andrew Guitros.
Good morning.
Good morning, and we've got to be real honest with you today. We taping on a Tuesday afternoon, and when we say taping Tuesday afternoon, you can probably think back a few hours, 36 hours, and realize that we're taping because we're not sure that we could tape Wednesday morning like we normally do, due to the hurricane that's out there slowly reaching into Louisiana and more westward and more towards Acadiana.
Hurricane Isaac.
Hurricane Isaac. And somebody commented, Lee Young commented, he said, "Only Isaac I know is tough." He says, "I hope that this Isaac is not as bad as our friend Isaac." And we're going to leave it right there. And
My great-grandpa, Isaac Stanford.
Isaac Stanford.
Isaac Stanford.
Okay, I know an Isaac Stanford, too. That must have been, what, his son? The sweet potato farmer in Chautauqua, Louisiana?
That's all the same family.
Okay.
There's one about my age that's Isaac Stanford, too.
Isaac went to, well, he's older than, he's more maybe a couple of years younger than I am, if I recall correctly. And he went to OHS, and then when he, maybe, I don't know if he got married or how he moved on over to Chautauqua, but he did what the Stanfords were known for, and that's raising sweet potatoes.
That's my people. That's my grandfather Tomat. That's what he did originally, was sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes, that's why I'm saying that. And Isaac, I understand, did real well over there in Chautauqua. And
the new generation is doing the same?
I hope so, I hope so. So, and then of course we forgot the internet. The internet, of course, is worldwide. Wherever you are out there, let us know you're watching sometime. Give us an update on your travels or whatever way you reached us the first time. I had a call from Dan Burkhalter, our longtime friend, fellow worker with several of our companies over the years, lives over in Sunset with his lovely wife, Miss Linda. And he called. Well, I guess it's on behalf of his job, but it's something that I usually do, so I'm glad he reminded me. But you know, he works part-time for the district attorney's office here in St. Landry Parish, Earl Taylor, our district attorney. And we were talking about scam artists come into an area after the storm, after any natural disaster. They come in and they start with anywhere from the repairing your roads all the way to repairing your roofs and everything between there. And oftentimes, most of the time, after you've agreed on a settlement of the cost, they'll then ask you for at least 50% as a down payment to go and buy the materials. Well, that should give you a pretty good hint right there that they must not be either strong financially or not from here at all. So when they get that 50%, sometimes they come back with the material, and sometimes you never see them again. Right. They cash the check, or they take the cash from you. They'll talk you into giving them cash, and they're gone. So let's please be careful. So Dan, thanks for the words. I'm glad to pass this on behalf of our district attorney and behalf of, we've always done that locally on our program here. And one other thing about Dan Burkhalter, on the 4th of September, which is going to be what, Monday, this coming
Labor Day.
Is it Tuesday? No, Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. It's going to be, because the 5th, we have something to talk about on the 5th. So next Tuesday, he'll have a happy birthday, and I'm not going to say how old it is, but he's getting up there pretty good.
Come on.
He's passed me up a little bit, not much, but a little bit. But thanks. And then that kind of reminds me of having the right information is the best medicine. You remember we spoke about this personal medical record card right here, a little bitty card you can carry in your billfold, in your purse.
Compliments of Underpont Printing.
Underpont Printing. And this is the kind of things that you run out of electricity, you may be having heart problems or something, you having pains or something, you've got to some kind of way get to the first responders. You call Ted Bellard and St. Landry EMS and get them over there to bring you to the hospital. And if you've got this little card, you can hand that to the doctors when you get to the hospital, and they can get to work on you right away and know what kind of medication you use, because it even has a place for your present-day medication. So fits in real good. Thank you, Philip. And then we've got something to talk about his brother, the little the Dutchman door stopper.
Let me jump over there.
It's just going to take us 1 second.
Far, there it is.
There it is right there. Kind of the flash on the camera.
Right.
But that was back when we were in the Cub Scouts with the Bishop Jarrell, Billy Jarrell's mama.
She was like the den mother.
She was the den mother, and we had made one on the front porch of my house, between my house and the school cafe there. There was a little front porch, and we made that with a jigsaw and a wood-burning iron. And somehow I lost it, and Keith was making a visit at my office one day, and I commented that I had lost it and how I had treasured that. And he's a first-class woodworking person. I mean, he's very skilled. He made what you see here,
no kidding.
And I use that at my bedroom door over at the Point. In my condo
He's
there.
got the wood shoes at the bottom. I see the
Oh
wood
yeah,
shoes.
no, really did a beautiful job. Then he also gave me a little nut container to put fresh, things,
walnuts
and pecans and all of that. And so Keith and Philip, good guys. We've known each other since we were youngsters.
Benny's Supermarket, you need some groceries. After the hurricane is over, you got to restock, and you got to go get maybe some more ice if you don't have some power where you live, or you need freshen up the meats in that fridge. Go by Benny's over here in town, Benny's grocery store. All kind of great produce, great meats, a lot of jugs of water. I went to pick up my load over there, and I saw a lot of people were loading up some adult libations. I guess after the hurricane is going to be over, they're going to celebrate a little bit that everything's going to be okay. So you can go by there. You also get the deli food there. They've got the deli open 7 days a week with good home-style cooking. They also do catering, and Little Benny's Sports Shack for your nutritional supplemental type needs if you like to work out, if you're just trying to stay in shape, and Miss Mary's Gift Shop. And one more sponsor, how about Carl's Thrifty Way? All your medicinal needs. Carl's Thrifty Way can help you with prescriptions, over-the-counter medication. They've got home decorating ideas there and gifts as well. Take the time. You can talk to the pharmacist at Carl's if you got questions about your medication or maybe want to compound multiple prescriptions together. They can help you at Carl's.
Yep, I've got an order in, and I'm just thinking about it. By the way, we mentioned that while we were taping, but this hurricane has kind of kept the people who work on this for a living, kind of kept them guessing of where it would finally land on land. And
as we're filming, the eye is over Venice.
It's over Venice.
Over
Can you
Venice as
imagine?
we're filming, just to give
And
you all an idea.
It was supposed to skirt along the eastern shore of Florida and go in through the Panhandle.
Correct.
Now this is that's about 300 miles, 350 miles probably
Good
from
4-hour,
there.
5-hour drive for sure.
That's correct. So, and it just keeps working westward, westward, westward. So, by the time you're going to watch this Thursday morning, hopefully things aren't too bad. Hopefully our electricity, if it is off for a period of time, it's back on. And we've had no injuries. That's the main thing. We've had plenty of time to secure things. I know I went down to the point on Monday afternoon and took out on the bottom floor refrigerator, deep freezer, stove, brought all that back in with the couch, and all the little things, put it up on the second floor. So that we've taken quite a bit of precaution. We've taken some doors out to let the water come in and out. Once it comes, just no use to let it all tear up things.
Right.
And then it kind of cleans itself out on the last
It
swoop.
pushes it in, pulls it back out.
And pulls it back out again. And so there were boat after boat after boat, people pulling their boats out and
Bringing them to high land.
bringing up the highland. And most of the boats are somewhere in Acadiana, but we're not supposed to get the bad, strong winds.
Right.
But then, who knows?
A shelter of last resort is open already at the Amberley building. I know parish government's going to try to keep all their lines open all throughout this thing, 948-3688 if you need help. And on Wednesdays already going to be passed. But what they're trying to do is they're bringing an additional trash collection day up. If on Thursday it's too bad for you to put your garbage out, or on Friday, whatever, if you see the weather's too bad, there are going to be some additional pickup days that IESI, that does the parish-wide pickup, will be doing. So just keep a listen, watch the paper. They're going to let you know the new pickup dates to catch up.
I wrote a little note here. I was having supper, a ham and cheese sandwich. I just felt for a ham and cheese sandwich. Went over to the Palace Cafe, and of course, you know, they whipped it up, and it was delicious. And I was watching the television, and they were talking on the cooking show about cooking of pork. And I remember when we were young, they would talk about pork, and they would talk about cooking it, really cooking it a long time.
And they cooked that till it was like powder,
yeah,
or just no taste.
And that was to prevent trichinosis.
Correct.
And I hadn't even thought about that word in probably 30, 35 years since. And of course, now, what's the reasoning that we don't have to cook it so long?
In the old days, when you did your cooking, you just had to eyeball it. So you didn't really know. Nowadays, you get those nice meat thermometers that are very, very accurate, those digital ones. And there's a certain temperature. I forget the exact numbers, for like 150 something, I'm guessing, for pork. I'd have to double check it to make sure. But there's a magic number that once you cross a certain number, then you're okay. So in these restaurants now, you're noticing your pork isn't as overcooked like it was before, because now they can actually put that thing in there and they can see, okay, it's done through and through. It's killed all the...
Cynthia Guidry, you know our friend Cynthia, with the C.A. Guidry clan from Arnorville, the produce people. She was there, and she started laughing when I said trichinosis. She said, Bobby, I haven't heard that word either in a long time. Of course, her little young son, David, well, he's not that young anymore, but David was there, and of course, he's shaking his head. He never heard the word before at all. And of course, David now is a mechanic working in Broussard, Louisiana.
1 minute break on radio and TV. We'll see you in a minute.